just tell me what you want to tell me. I mean, this is your opportunity to tell me whatever you would like.
Um, I don't know. Uh, the very gist of it is, I felt persecuted by Davis County Police Department, um, uh, all the departments, Kaysville City, Farmington, Davis County Sheriff's Department. I've been to jail a few times. I've had drugs planted in my car by these departments. I had my ribs broken by Centerville PD, coming out of the DI, prior to this. Um, and it was because I believe it was because, I was making a fuss about them planting drugs in my car and illegally searching it and getting away with it. And having my lawyers tell me that it didn't matter. So, I was already kind of um, not happy with the way justice was being served here. I also was at a gas station when I was arrested this night. I was inside of a gas station, and as far as I know, police officers are not allowed to police private property or private businesses. But this police officer on this particular night came in and arrested me at a
Is it a Maverick? I think I was trying
yes,
to figure
yeah,
out where it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was at a Maverick in Farmington. He said he'd been sitting across the street watching me with binoculars. He said that he thought he'd seen me stealing things off of shelves there at the Maverick, which is completely untrue. I've also had it where I've been in Kaysville City, where I pulled into 7-Eleven and was profiled by the police department and picked up and pulled over for no reason, just so they could search my car and find whatever reason they could to take me to jail. I know that this has happened to multiple people I know. Whether that's illegal or not, I don't know. But as far as I knew, they're not allowed to police private parking lots for private businesses. And I'm betting a lot of your viewers, seeing this, have probably experienced the same exact thing.
Sure. We
Um, I,
we have
I,
had
I,
reports. We
yeah,
definitely have.
yeah, I know it goes on in Kaysville. I know it goes on in Farmington. And this particular night, I just kind of was fed up. And I gave him my brother's name, because I didn't want to go to jail, and I had some warrants under my name. Little did I know, he had warrants under his name, so it didn't pan out for me that night. But they took me to jail and they booked me in, and I figured they would figure it out right away. I had no idea that I was going to sit in there over 2 months, and nobody was ever going to figure it out.
Would you walk me through when was it Farmington Police who booked you in, or was it the Davis County Sheriffs?
Farmington Police brought me to the jail and booked me in. Um, and then Davis County Sheriff's Department took over after Farmington dropped me off, and asked me the questions, and went through the whole nine as far as booking me in. So
If I may ask you, when they
I do know that the NCIC machine was down that night,
okay.
um, and so they didn't fingerprint me. And I'm thinking maybe that's part. Sorry about the light. I'm
Oh,
thinking I'm thinking maybe that's partially part of the reason that they never found out. You
mhm.
know, although I've been to that jail, my brother's been to that jail plenty of times, so they know who we are.
Yeah.
So the fact that they still didn't catch it was, a little crazy. I do know that every single day, I thought it was going to be my last day. Um, playing the I'm not going to tell them game. Um, and really, I just did what I did because I'm angry at, and the way the law is treated around here. I don't know how many times I've been profiled. I don't know how many times I've been stopped. If you were to look up they have reports that are your initial contact report, I believe, whenever a police officer stops you and questions you, and then for any reason they have to make a report of it. I'm betting if you check mine, you'd probably see, lots and lots and lots.
Can you tell me, so when the fingerprint machine wasn't working, the NCIC database was down, did they even, you've been in there before, and so has your brother, did they even look at any of the booking photos?
No, I think they just like hurried through that, and I was just, kind of wanted to get home or something, and they just asked me my information. I gave it to them, and they rushed me through that, and then rushed me down to a bed and put me in a bed, and that was it.
And that was it, and you were in there for more than 2 months,
Yes.
and nobody caught on. In your opinion, what do you think of that? Do you think that's incompetence? What do you make of that?
I would say, yeah, it's absolutely incompetence. If you don't know who you have, and I've stayed at that jail plenty of times. I've worked laundry in that jail. I've spent years in that jail, and I'm not saying I'm innocent or that I haven't done anything wrong, or I didn't deserve to do time, those times.
And did
But
you get a job in there too? This time you were in there as your brother, did you get a job in
yeah,
there? Tell me
yeah,
what
yeah,
you
totally.
did.
I worked in laundry. It was for a short period because they had COVID going around the jail, and because I had done laundry before, they kind of pulled me right out to do laundry, and I worked in laundry for a week and a half or 2 weeks until I caught COVID. And after
All right.
after I caught COVID, they canceled all my court dates, and well, canceled all my brother's court dates, and left me in a COVID pod for 3 weeks,
Mhm.
until they deemed me, able to go to court again.
Right. And then when you finally did go to court, I guess that was by video, is that right? A video appearance from
That,
jail?
that's
And
correct.
then, and you pled guilty to I think it was attempted stolen vehicle or something like that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so nobody, not even the judge, not even the public defender realized you weren't Andrew. You weren't Andy.
Nobody, no, nobody knew.
And what do you think of that?
I think it just says that, that it's a system to where they don't really care about people, or people's stories or anything like that. We're all numbers of people. We're just in there to make an agreement between the prosecutor and the public defender's office, and they make those agreements without even getting to know even the real story.
So basically they're warehousing people.
That's basically what I feel. Warehousing people to make money.
Okay, to make money. Okay. And when you pled guilty in that case, then you were sentenced, and AP&P had to do a pre-sentence investigation, right? And so
Correct.
did you meet with them? Did they come to the jail, or did they just do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So the guy's name, I don't remember what the guy's name is. It's T Win. And I had done a pre-sentence investigation with him prior to this pre-sentence investigation as my brother. So I figured they would figure it out then. There's no way they weren't going to figure it out then. But yeah, I think they deal with so many people, and they lose track of who's who, and don't really remember faces or stories or anything like that.
Oh, I lost the audio. Let's see here. Talk a little bit more. I can't hear you. Uh-oh. I think your mic got muted. Can you check on there? Your mic's muted.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. The mic got muted accidentally. Okay. And then you were released and
I was,
okay. You're not thumbing your nose at any of these people at all. You're not bragging about it or anything,
no,
not at
no.
all. But what would you like them to know? What would you like them to know? And I'm not, using this to portray you as someone who is thumbing your nose. Aha, I got away with this. What would you like them to know about this? Other than what you already told me, that it's basically they're warehousing people. They don't really care who's who. It's just shuffling everybody through the system. What do you think that they need to learn from this?
From my experience, here in the state of Utah and in Davis County Jail, I think I think police, I think jailers, I think everybody needs to start treating people like people instead of numbers. Tired of being treated like a number. I've seen people die in Davis County Jail that shouldn't have died. I've seen. I had a friend recently die in Davis County Jail. He hung himself, and he was denied mental health because he
I'm
had
sorry.
COVID.
I'm really
Yeah.
sorry.
And I've seen a lot of real wrong stuff go on there. But at the same time, there's a lot of really good officers there.
Are
There's
there?
some officers. There's some officers in Davis County Jail that I adore.
Okay.
That treat people like treat people.
So you feel
Um,
they were compassionate to you, some of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Otbo stands out as probably the biggest one, but there's a lot of officers there that treat people like people, and are very good and helpful. And then there's other ones that just really hate their job. But I don't know. For whatever reason, when I got in there this time, I just decided that I was going to let the ball roll, and if they caught on, they caught on. If they didn't, they didn't.
And
And
and they didn't. They
they
didn't.
didn't. Yeah, not even close. It was two and a half months.
Are you worried that you could be facing the consequences for this? Are you worried?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm worried that that I'm gonna I'm absolutely worried that I'm gonna catch wrath for this, and they're gonna be embarrassed about this, obviously. And I'm worried that I'm going to end up spending a lot of time, you know, and it's not going to help me. I feel like the criminal justice system needs to stop punishing people, and they need to start educating people on ways to stay out of jail, maybe get a job. I just, in general, I feel people need to love each other more than hate, we're all people, and if some people fall and they just need a little bit of help, and you know, being treated unhuman like in Davis County Jail or any jail really is not going to help you stay out of jail the next time. You know,
Absolutely.
you know. I think that we just need to start treating people like treat people, and find out the root cause of their problem, and help them with that. Some people do drugs. Most people do drugs to cope with the reality of whatever is going on in their life. And I don't think that needs to be a criminal issue. I think it needs to be a medical issue. I've got a lot of thoughts, about that. But as far as what happened here, I just think I slipped through the crack. I have no idea how it happened. You know, it amazes me every time I think about it. Hopefully I just don't do a whole lot of time for doing it, you know.
Would it be safe to say that they fell down on the job?
I would say so, yes. You know, I would say that they probably got complacent with what they were doing and, just automatically assumed that their system was gonna do its job for them, and it didn't in this case. And um, I slipped through.
Well, maybe they need to learn to do their job.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I think Davis County Sheriff's Department could learn. Number one, some compassion and treating people like people. And Number two, the police departments around here with their profiling and they're breaking laws by policing businesses and policing private properties that they have no business policing on. And that's happened to me multiple times recently. So I think there's a lot that everybody could learn, and I think we need to start treating people like people, no matter what they look like, what they're driving. Just because a person drives a 1992 Ford Focus does not mean that they're a druggie. So I don't know. I just think people need to stop judging people as much. And, if we want to help people, let's help people, but punishment's never going to solve crime. It's just going to get worse.